Hello everyone and thanks for watching. Welcome to our channel. I'm going to give you an update from home this evening. It's Monday 17th of June. I'm also going to show you what we've done down the allotment at the weekend, but I'm going to wait for Sophie coming out because she's going to give us a hand in here. It's a lot cooler than what it has been today, because I was going to do some work but it was just too hot. But I'll show you an update on the tomatoes and other bits and pieces, and then we'll get those jobs done. So I haven't got a trug, and I know I said I was going to put these in guttering at the start. Well, they are going in guttering because that's all I've got to put them in for a trug. So it's quite fitting, isn't it? And I haven't got my little snippy things, so I'm just using a pair of scissors. They haven't grown up as high as I thought they would have, but I'll weed them in a bit and see. Oh, they've been nibbled a bit down here. I'm hoping if I try and just hook them up a bit. See, that one on that side's grown up really nice. Just tidy them up a little bit and see what happens. Right, I've tidied up the peas. I've gotten a good few off and harvested and home. Now what I'm going to do, and I said this last week, I wasn't going to put any outside. However, I've got 2 trays of these snowballs and they look fab. They've been in the greenhouse. I'm going to put them along the edge of the pea bed because I'm going to net that background. If the netting's not sufficient, then they'll get eaten like everything else has. But you can only try, can't you? Because I don't want to keep them in these little pots, because they're just going to outgrow them and then just die off like the ones I have at home. They're leaning over, they're flopping and everything, so I'm hoping by putting them in the ground they'll pick up a little bit. I just said to Eric, I hate doing onions, I hate losing stuff. Yes, we're still learning, but we should have learned from last year. Why are these not going and growing nice? I hate onions. Just keep buying them. Yeah, love eating onions. We eat onions like every day. I'm just not destined to grow any. But we'll try 6 in here, see what they're like in a week. And if they look as if they're proper dying, then the rest can just go in the bin. Oh, I missed a pea. Right, there's my onions planted in with those peas. 6 aside, snowball variety. We'll see how they go in a week. So we've raked the floor out there and we've put a couple of pallets up. They're not fixed in yet, because we're making another compost bin here. so we can move that from one side to the other and add bits to it, because we've got loads of stuff up home as well to add. But once it gets lined and sorted out and nailed up together, it'll look great. More storage as well in these bits for like the bamboo and stuff that we've got in there. So yeah. Oh, and I might be able to grow stuff on the inside of there, mightn't I? I'll be able to put some herbs in those little gaps. Oh, there's an idea. So everything looks great in here. All these tomatoes. I've taken out some of the side shoots. We potted one on because it was lovely. So he's in there. He's looking a bit droopy, but hopefully he'll pick through. But yeah, they smell lovely in here. And then the peppers in the end, they're doing really good. They've got a bit of a spring in their step. Beetroot, looking great. More dahlias, not coming in at all. Oh, sorry, delphiniums. No, just nothing at all. I can't grow flowers. Onions have been propped up in here because they were all a bit droopy. But they're good. And then obviously the other snowball ones have gone out in the pea bed. And then these onions that I put in last week that I showed you, yeah, they just died. I don't know what's happened with them. They were green and luscious, but now they're just brown and crappy. No other way to say it, is there? I've got these that need to go in the bed. They're all your rounders, cauliflowers, but we need some compost to fill the beds. I've put those few peppers there, and that's the rogue tomato that was in one of those pots on his own. I did label them up. Where did that cherry come from? I didn't put that in there, did I? I can't remember now. There's the unknown one. He's come back great, hasn't he? A few curly leaves and stuff, a few brown leaves, but might just take those off eventually. But he's starting to pick up, and he's got flowers on as well. He looks pretty. Marvellous. And then while I've been away, out here, the compost bin number 2 has taken shape. I've got to get in there, and line it. Oh, I'll get my feet on, mucky. Been in and I've lined it with the plastic because it helps to keep the heat in. That we've done with that one. And then on this side, I told Eric, I said, well, I'll be able to grow herbs and stuff in there because I bought some new seeds from Yorkshire Seeds, and I'll be able to put some herbs in. I've got some parsley, and then there's a bit on the top. So then really it's going to disguise that corner of just mess. But then when you look back and see it from the top of the garden, I'll come further up, it's going to look nice when there's everything grown, and it segregates as well. That area is like from our compost and stuff. So I can put flowers in there, herbs, anything, radishes, anything that doesn't need a lot of soil. Because there's the little planters. Eric's just drilling some holes in and just go on like that. Look at that. Container gardening, who would have thought? So a couple of projects done today. The door bench hasn't been done because I didn't buy the hinges yet. But we've done the planter on the side of the new compost bin, which looks fab. Hopefully the seeds will come this week and I'll get some new stuff put in there. We've tidied up this top bed as well of 2 spring cabbages. Now apparently I've just been told off one of the lads at the top that it's greyhound cabbage and not spring cabbage as labelled. And the reason he said that for is because it goes like an egg shape. That's your greyhound cabbage, whereas obviously your spring cabbage goes into a ball. This is spring cabbage. It says it on the label, but it's not. So we've pulled 2 out. And the slugs were just going absolutely nuts. So I've trimmed off all the bottom leaves and it looks loads better. I've hoed in the soil. I've took all the bit weeds out, and I'm going to put some of this in because it works at home, and I have put it around the other brassicas in the other beds as well. This is great. I've hardly used any. There's like over half a bag left, and there's a 1 litre bag. I'm going to buy another bag because I do think it works. My dahlias at home as well. They've been okay with that round it. So I'm going to put a little bit in this bed and then re-net it. And then we'll give these cabbages a few more weeks. And then we're going to go home and then come back tomorrow. Yeah? Or go and get some compost because we need some compost. He's just overwhelmed, isn't he? Look, all that for you. Crack on in there. So we're on Sunday. We've come down to plot 2. We're filling up these 2 beds with some compost that we bought yesterday. Just 100 litres has filled it. So I'm going to put the net back over, fill that one, and then we're going to go up to plot 1. So there's the carrot bed. They're Autumn King. Can't remember when I put them in. The label's in there somewhere. And I saw one of them was popping through the top. So I've covered them a bit and I went, you're just so tempted, aren't you? So I've pulled one up. And it's canny. It's only little, but it'd be nice though, so I'll put it on some dinner later on. So I did a live as well last Wednesday. First time ever. It was great. I was a little bit nervous, but I think it went well. And I was showing the tomatoes because the leaves are curling. And the leaves on this one have all gone black and spotty. Nick from That British Homestead said that it was just nutrients and tomatoes have different needs, but there's fruit on them and they're coming through like really nice. This is the cherry plum. This is ours from seed and that's working okay. So I think I'm going to up my game a little bit on watering them because I did check the soil with that little posh tool that I showed. And then I think everything should be fine because it all looks healthy and green. There's lettuce, radish and onions in here. And the radish looks amazing. It looks really well. No, it's not. It's not even radish. See, I'm getting myself all mixed up again. It's beetroot. So, it's still not big enough yet, although I could probably do it and do baby beets, but I'm not. I'm going to let it grow and get a bit bigger. But I cut some lettuce as well earlier for Sophie's dinner this afternoon, and she said it was lovely. So they're doing great. More tomatoes up there, strawberry. That was planted and potted on the other week. It needs to go in a bigger pot, I think. All the peppers are doing great. Need water and they're all wilting and everything. There's a couple of funky looking flies dotting about as well. I don't know if you can see that one. I'm seeing another one as well. Maybe we need to try and get rid of them. A couple of tomato plants that need potting up. And there's that pepper as well. That's amazing, that. First ever shop bought chitted seeds. So I'm excited about that. It needs to go in a bigger pot, I think. But everything's looking good in here. And then on that side, a few more shop bought tomatoes. We've got some more courgettes, pak choy, cauliflowers, broccoli. Oh, I saw these on the live as well last Wednesday. And they're coming in, they're radishes. So is the broccoli. Broccoli's doing really well. Cavolo Nero, not so good. That's like a 0. Right, I've still got mic issues, so I'm not going to put one on. I've just done a test and it doesn't work. We're going to tackle this area. Sophie's gone in to get some gloves because I always feel like a superhero when I've got gloves on. And there'll be slugs and spiders and bugs and everything under all of that. So once we get that moved, we'll get the lining, which is the same as what's on the bottom there. And Sophie's going to help us staple it round to the bed. We've got some compost to fill it up and possibly a bag there. And we'll just see how we get on.